Take a moment to listen closely to my voice. Stop everything you are doing right now. This is not a coincidence. This is not random chance that brought you here. Before your finger touched that screen, I already knew you would be watching this. Before you woke up this morning, I had already arranged this divine appointment. Out of billions of people walking this earth, you are the one hearing this now. That is not an accident. That is alignment. That is destiny whispering in your ear. I brought you here because what I am about to tell you cannot wait any longer. The world around you may appear unchanged, but in the spiritual realm, everything has already shifted. The feelings you have been experiencing are not just ordinary emotions passing through your mind. The unease in your chest, the constant sense that something is not right, the heaviness that settles over you without explanation. This is not just anxiety. This is my voice stirring your spirit, calling you to recognize that the times have changed and the moment to open your eyes has arrived. I want you to understand something crucial. Nothing in your life goes unnoticed by me. I have seen every detail, every struggle you thought you faced alone. I saw you lying awake at 2 a.m., your mind racing with worries you could not silence. I watched you count the same bills over and over, wondering how you would make it through. I heard that desperate prayer you whispered when no one else was listening. I saw the tears you wiped away before walking back into the room, pretending everything was fine. I saw when your strength began to slip away for no clear reason. I saw when joy left without explanation, when the smile you wore felt like a mask. I saw your spirit grow weak even though nothing seemed to have changed. I saw you wake up exhausted even after sleeping. I saw you staring at your phone, hoping for a message that never came, checking the mailbox with hope, only to find more bills, more demands, more reminders of what you could not provide. This weight you have been carrying is not just physical. It is spiritual. There is a battle for your home, your relationships, your peace, your future, your very identity. But I, the Lord, have not abandoned you. I have sent my messenger, the Archangel Gabriel. And right now, at this very moment, he is opening unseen paths to protect your life. Angels are being dispatched to your address. They are positioning themselves at your doorway, at your workplace, in the spaces you occupy. They are standing guard over your children, your finances, your health, your mind. Do not ignore what I am telling you. When you feel an overwhelming pressure, when the atmosphere around you becomes heavy, when your heart races for no apparent reason, when you wake up with a sense of dread you cannot explain, it is not just your imagination. It is the spiritual world trying to manifest against you. But I am already there. I have commanded my angels to surround you. I have decided that nothing can touch your soul unless I allow it. I know your deepest thoughts. I know how many times you questioned if all of this was just in your head. You wondered if you were overreacting, if there was no real reason to feel so weighed down. You looked around and saw others smiling, thriving, moving forward. And you wondered why could they manage what felt impossible for you. But I am here to tell you that you were right. What you sensed was not your imagination. Your spirit was picking up on the shift in the atmosphere, detecting the invisible warfare being waged around your life. And I will not leave you to carry this burden alone anymore. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is a gift I placed within you so you could recognize what others cannot. You have been chosen to feel what others overlook. You have been given spiritual eyes to see beyond the surface, to sense the undercurrents, to perceive the truth beneath the lies. Do not question this gift anymore. I gave it to you to warn you, to protect you, to keep you from being taken by surprise. Others walk blindly into traps because they cannot sense danger. But you feel it before it arrives. That is not weakness. That is divine protection working through your sensitivity. Right now, I need you to do something. I need you to make a visible declaration of your faith. Go to the comments and write, "I am listening." This is not just a casual comment. This small act is a spiritual declaration, a sign in the unseen world that you will not be caught off guard, that your spirit is ready, alert, and strong in the face of the battle ahead. When you make this declaration, when you speak with faith, something shifts around you. The angels see your stand. The darkness begins to retreat because you are no longer asleep. Your enemy loses ground the moment you wake up and declare your awareness. The Archangel Gabriel is already at work. He does not speak with human words, but with eternal commands. Wherever he goes, darkness fades. Wherever he enters, curses are broken. Chains fall off. Doors that were locked by the enemy swing open. By hearing my voice now, the environments around you are already being purified. The chains are loosening and the hidden things are already being revealed. The lies that were spoken against you are being exposed. The traps that were set for you are being dismantled. This is not just another moment. This is heaven itself opening before you. It is eternity bending toward your life. Do not take this message as just words, but as an act of intervention from me. I, your God, have chosen to speak to you, so you no longer stay where you are. I am pulling you out of the pit. I am lifting you from the valley. I am moving you from survival into abundance, from defense into victory, from wondering if I am real into knowing without doubt that I am here. My child, do not think that the struggle you have been facing started inside you. You did not bring it on yourself, but you became its target because of the treasure I have placed in you. The enemy does not waste energy attacking empty vessels. He attacks those who carry something valuable, those who are destined for greatness, those who will one day become a threat to his kingdom. That is why you have been under such heavy assault. Because hell knows what heaven has planned for you. I saw the whispers against your life, not loud, but quiet and hidden. I saw the words that seemed kind but carried spiritual poison, the compliments laced with jealousy, the smiles that masked resentment. I saw the subtle mockery disguised as concern, the prayers offered with judgment instead of love. I saw the people who celebrated your struggles while pretending to comfort you. None of it escaped my notice. I am the God who sees hearts and uncovers what is hidden in the dark. You may have thought people were simply cold or distant, but there was more to it. Behind it all, arrows were being aimed at you in secret, and accusations were thrown in silence. Conversations happened about you in rooms you never entered. Decisions were made against you by people you trusted. Plans were set in motion to limit your progress, to keep you small, to ensure you never stepped into your full potential. I know you did not understand why your spirit weakened, why your strength faded without reason, why your will to keep going seemed to vanish. It was not your weakness. It was a spiritual weight trying to undermine what I have placed in you. Someone spoke words against your peace. Someone envied the blessing I was preparing for you and tried to curse what I had already anointed. Do not blame yourself for it. Stop thinking that you were just imagining things or exaggerating. What you felt was real. It was the shadow attempting to invade your home, your mind, your dreams. The nightmares were not random. The anxiety attacks were not just chemical imbalances. The depression that settled over you without warning was not just a mood. These were spiritual attacks designed to make you believe you were losing your mind, to convince you that something was fundamentally wrong with you, to isolate you from hope. But I want you to know right now, you are not alone. You have never been alone. Even in the moments when you felt most abandoned, I was there. Even when you could not feel my presence, I was holding you. Even when my silence felt like absence, I was working behind the scenes, moving pieces on the board you could not see, arranging circumstances in your favor, blocking the plans of your enemies. I have released my constant watch over you. My angels are surrounding your path right now, protecting the vulnerable areas and covering every gap. Where you cannot see, they are already working silently to stop the darkness. Before any evil word was spoken, I had already placed protection over you. Before the shadow came near, I had already sent light. Before the accusations were made, I had already written your name in defense. Before the trap was set, I had already destroyed its mechanism. You are not in a losing position. You are covered by my decree, like this video right now, but not as a casual click. As you press that button, I want you to declare in your heart, "Yes, Lord, I receive what you are speaking over my life. I believe you are moving on my behalf. I agree with every word spoken here today." That like is your amen. That like is your signature on the spiritual contract heaven is writing over your life at this very moment. When you click that button with faith, you are sealing an agreement between heaven and earth. You are saying yes to breakthrough. You are saying yes to protection. You are saying yes to the victory I have already secured for you. I do not want you to keep this message to yourself. Many of your loved ones are being attacked and do not even realize it. Many have cried in silence, not knowing why they feel drained. Many are walking through battles they do not understand, feeling the weight but not seeing the source. This message cannot stay hidden. It must spread like light in homes, like fire that burns away the poison of words, like a wall that shatters the enemy's silence. I ask you to share this word with someone you care about. Do not see this as a small act, but as a spiritual one. By sharing, you bring protection. You release a shield over the ones you love. You become a carrier of my voice into their darkness. Right now, a face is coming to your mind. Someone you know who is struggling and needs this message. Someone who feels exactly what you have felt. Someone who is on the edge of giving up. Do not ignore that prompting. Share this video with them immediately. Send it with a personal message that says, "God led me to send this to you." Watch it all the way through. Do not add disclaimers. Do not soften it with doubt. Send it with confidence, because when my spirit places someone on your heart, it is never random. It is divine assignment. When you share what I have given you, your blessing multiplies. This is kingdom law. What you release comes back to you in greater measure. Now I want you to understand something you may not have fully grasped until this moment. What you have been going through is not just human struggle. Your pain is not only caused by the circumstances around you, but by invisible battles that have risen against your spirit. Many of the words you have heard throughout your life, the ones that seemed harmless at the time, have stuck to you like arrows. Words spoken over you as a child. Words from people you trusted. Words from relationships that ended. Words from authority figures who should have protected you but instead wounded you. Old memories, hidden rejections, moments when you were misunderstood. All of this has become a burden that followed you through the years. No wonder you have often felt worn out for no clear reason, drained inside with no energy to keep going. This weight was not just emotional, it was spiritual. The enemy tried to turn simple words into chains. He used your memories as shackles limiting your movement, and you carried this burden as if it was a part of you. But I tell you now, this oppression does not define you. I saw how you suddenly became discouraged. I saw your joy fade without explanation. I saw your desire to move forward vanish even when there was no clear cause. I saw the moments when you stood in front of the mirror and did not recognize yourself anymore. When you wondered where the person you used to be had gone. Today I want to tell you, this was not your imagination. It was a spiritual battle. But I also want you to hear this clearly. This battle is coming to an end. I have already brought victory on your behalf. I have sent my angels to break the chains and clear the path. What seemed endless now has an end. The cycle of oppression is finished because I have declared it. You did not choose this fight, but I have chosen you to win it. And when you win, your victory will not be quiet. It will be a testimony that shakes the atmosphere. It will be proof that I keep my promises. It will be evidence that no weapon formed against my children can prosper. Inside of you, I have placed the sensitivity to perceive what others miss, and I have given you the strength to endure what seemed impossible. Every tear you shed brought you closer to your victory. Every prayer you whispered was heard and counted. Nothing was ignored by me. Every sleepless night was documented. Every moment you wanted to quit but chose to continue was recorded in heaven. Every act of faithfulness when you had no evidence to support it was written in the book of remembrance. Now I want you to mark this moment with a prophetic sign. I want you to declare in the visible what is already happening in the invisible. If you are ready to receive the fullness of my blessing, if you want to step into the breakthrough I have prepared for you, type 777 in the comments right now. This number is not just a number, it is a spiritual symbol, a mark of perfection, a sign of completeness. By writing 777, you are declaring that you receive the full cycle of my victory, that you accept the perfect work I am doing in your life. Do not underestimate the power of this action. To the world, it may seem simple, but in the spiritual realm it is a key that opens doors. It is like raising a flag to say, I believe in the victory that the Lord has declared. By writing 777, you are committing that nothing can stop what I have begun in your life. You are agreeing with heaven's plan. You are aligning your faith with my promises. You are declaring that this is your moment. This is your season. This is your time. I promise you. From now on, what once drained your strength will no longer have control over you. The weight of old memories will be lifted. The emotional turmoil that seemed endless will fade away because I am now purifying your heart, healing the hidden scars, and bringing peace to your soul. You were not made to live under oppression. You were made to live in freedom. And today I declare, the battle will no longer be your burden but my testimony through you. Mark this moment with faith, respond with obedience, and you will see how the weight turns into peace, pain becomes joy, and silence turns into a psalm of victory. Child, I know you asked me many times through tears why I seemed silent. You cried, you wept, you kept pushing forward, and still it seemed like I did not answer. You thought I had turned away, that I forgot about you. You watched others receive their breakthroughs while you remained waiting. But today I want to reveal what really happened. My silence was never the same as absence. My silence was protection. I saw every prayer you made, every moment of desperation for a quick answer, an immediate solution, an instant relief from the pain. But listen carefully. If I had given you everything you asked for then, you would not have understood the full picture or avoided the consequences that would have followed. What you longed for so desperately could have led to your downfall. That relationship you begged me to restore would have destroyed you. That job you prayed for would have taken you away from your purpose. That opportunity you thought you missed was actually a trap I saved you from. That is why I stayed silent. It was not because I did not care, but because I cared too much. It was not because I rejected you, but because I was protecting you. There are answers I did not give because they would have trapped you in destructive patterns. There are people I did not allow to come back into your life because they would have drained your spirit, pulled you backwards, kept you in cycles you were meant to leave behind. There are paths I did not open because they were filled with dangers you could not see. Doors I kept closed because behind them was heartbreak, betrayal, loss, disguised as opportunity. My silence was a shield. While you cried out wondering why I did not act, I was already working in deeper ways. While you waited for visible signs, I was shifting things in the unseen. While you wanted to rush, I was building the right foundation so that when your blessing came, it would not collapse under its own weight. You could not see it, but I was preventing harm. I was closing dangerous doors and undoing the traps set for you. I was removing toxic people before they could poison your future. I was redirecting your path away from disasters you would have walked into blindly. I know it hurt. I know you saw it as rejection. I know you felt like I was ignoring you, but I was closer than ever. I was with you in that silence, holding your spirit so it would not fall apart. What you thought was abandonment was really love. What seemed like a delay was actually preparation. You wanted an answer right away, but I was focused on lasting change. You asked for temporary relief, but I was healing the root cause. I love you too much to give you what you wanted before the right time. I would rather endure your questions than let something outside of my plan harm you. Now as you look back, you will see that some of what you thought were closed doors were actually walls I built to protect you. Some losses you could not understand were actually the releases you needed. What seemed like a delay was actually my perfect timing. What felt like silence was me acting on a different level. The unanswered prayers were actually my greatest mercies. If everything I have spoken over your life today resonates in your spirit, if you recognize yourself in these words, if you feel the truth of what I am saying deep in your soul, then type 999 in the comments right now. This is your confirmation. This is your way of saying, yes, Lord, you know me. You see me. What you have spoken about me is accurate. When you type 999, you are agreeing with heaven's assessment of your situation and opening yourself to receive the breakthrough that is already on its way. This number represents completion, the end of one season and the beginning of another. Type it with faith. Type it with expectation. Type it as a declaration that you are ready for everything God has prepared. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. Not for me, but for yourself. I have different messages prepared for each day of your life. Tomorrow morning you might wake up discouraged, and I will have a video ready that speaks directly to that discouragement. Next week you might face a new challenge, and I will have the exact word you need waiting for you. If you are not subscribed, the algorithm might hide these messages from you, and you could miss the exact word you need on the exact day you need it. I am speaking to you through this channel, and I have more to say. Do not let the enemy use technology to block what I am trying to deliver to your spirit. My child, your hidden cries today will turn into strength to lift others up tomorrow. What you feel as weakness is actually a bridge of compassion that I am building in you. Do not underestimate your pain. It was not for nothing. I receive it as a silent offering, and I turned it into an intercession. Your suffering has been preparing you to minister to others who will walk through similar valleys. Your scars will become your credentials. Your testimony will become your authority. Your story written in those moments will one day serve as a testimony. One day you will look back and see that every tear was a seed. Every dark night was a place where something grew, and every moment of loneliness was a time I whispered to you. While you thought no one understood, I held you close in secret. While you felt like no one cared, I took care of every detail. While you felt forgotten, I worked quietly, clearing the way, protecting you, and purifying the atmosphere around you. Now I want you to know, none of it was wasted. I saw you. I heard you. I kept you. Every tear you shed was a prayer. Every moment of silence was an intercession, and every bit of pain you felt was written in the book of life. Today I declare that the moment has come when you will find meaning in what once felt like suffering. The time has come when my hands will turn your pain into honor, your loneliness into presence, and your silence into testimony. Do not underestimate the power of sharing what I have shown you. Do not keep it to yourself. What saves you today might save someone else tomorrow. What opens your eyes now can awaken the hearts of those around you. The silence you have learned to understand will become the testimony that helps many stay strong. The Archangel Gabriel stands watch over this channel and every word spoken here. He is collecting every burden you release in the comments. He is carrying every declaration of faith you make. He is witnessing every act of obedience when you share this message with someone who needs it. Nothing you do in faith goes unnoticed in heaven. Every action creates a response in the spiritual realm. Every seed you plant will produce a harvest. If you want to make a covenant with heaven today, if you want to seal this moment as a turning point in your life, you can press the Super Thanks button. Think of it as making an agreement with the Archangel Gabriel, a way of saying, I am committing to walk in the victory God has declared over me. This is not a requirement, but an opportunity. It is simply a way to mark this sacred moment, to say with your actions what your heart is already declaring. When you give to advance the kingdom advances your life in return. Your breakthrough is not coming. It is already here. Your healing is not on the way. It has already arrived. Your deliverance is not in the future. It is happening right now. The moment you said yes to this message, everything shifted. Heaven took notice. Angels were dispatched. Doors began to unlock. Curses began to break. Your enemies began to lose their grip. The atmosphere around your life began to change. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. You are seen. You are known. You are cherished. You are loved with an everlasting love. And today marks the beginning of the best season of your life. Everything that tried to destroy you will now serve as fertilizer for your future. Everything meant for evil will be turned to good. Everything stolen will be restored with interest. I love you with an everlasting love. I have plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Everything I have spoken over your life today is already in motion. Receive it by faith. Walk in it by faith. And watch what I do. The jackpot of heaven's blessing has found you. You are not chasing anymore. You are receiving. You are not begging anymore. You are claiming what is rightfully yours. In Jesus' mighty name, amen.